All right. Hey, everyone. It is Eric Machnez, Director of Operations at Red Clover.
And Jen Lestrange, CEO of Red Clover.
If you don't know what Red Clover is, we're a strategic HR and change management firm located in Parsippany, New Jersey, with clients across the country. And for today's coffee chat, we're going to be talking about making the decision for your small business, specifically as it relates to should you choose a PEO rather than an external HR consulting solution.
Or just a plain old payroll provider and
Yeah.
whatever you might do around that.
So Jen, really quickly, why don't you just articulate?
Oh, and we have Coco here.
Yeah, Coco, our chief marketing officer, is in the back, so if you hear.
She may jump at some point.
Yeah. So Jen, what are some of the main reasons why a company chooses to go with a PEO or professional employer organization?
So number one reason is the access to group healthcare benefits, typically with a pricing structure that is designed for large groups as opposed to a small group plan.
A lot of the PEOs, I feel like, also offer an HR consulting solution
Of some sorts.
of some sort. How would you say what they offer is different from what we offer at Red Clover?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So it depends on the PEO. So they all structured a little differently. I think the obvious thing is they generally come with a much lower price point. But with that also comes less frequent or different access. So typically with the PEOs that I've seen, they're either offering a per employee per month pricing program where it's like you can call us and ask a question, we'll help you answer the question, or you can send us an email and we'll answer the email, and our service level is same business day within 24 hours. I think the big difference, and something that I don't think is widely shared with the businesses as they come in and sign up for the PEO, the health benefits, and then the optional extra, which is typically a price premium product for the HR consulting support, is am I going to talk to someone who actually knows my business?
Right.
And what often happens is the HR consultants, as good as they may be, are assigned to maybe 100 different clients at a time. So it's hard for them to actually know, okay, what business are they in? What laws may particularly apply to that question that they're asking me, and then go through the exercise of doing research.
Yeah, and I would say from my practical experience, because a lot of the times we'll take over the relationship management with the PEO, because I totally recognize, as someone who's worked with small businesses during my time at Red Clover, is their immediate need is how do I get affordable benefits to my employees?
Yeah.
Right? And then they're finally like, oh, we need HR, and we'll take over that relationship management. I think in my experience, what I've seen is that they have HR resources, like an HR resource guide through a third-party vendor that they partnered with, and either we're directed to that resource guide, or when we call for the HR support that they offer, because sometimes even we like a gut check, right? Especially because of the shared employment relationship, they'll refer us to an article in that resource manual, which is a bit different than what we offer, because we'll really kind of dig in deep to really understand the problem and deliver a solution to the client that they can use all the time if they find themselves in another similar situation. Come here.
Come here. Come here. You can come say hi. Come on. Come here. Come. Come on. Jump. Come say hi. Yeah, you're here. This is Coco. I know.
How many YouTube videos from HR professionals do you watch that have an office dog? Not
right,
very.
Down.
All right, get down. Come here. Come here. I'll give you attention. Come on. Come over here. But yeah, so I think that to me has been the key kind of practical difference. What are some things that small business owners should be mindful of? I don't necessarily want to say wary of, but things that they should consider if they are going to enter into a relationship with a PEO.
I think contracts. So I've seen some PEO contracts where getting out is particularly hard, and I see a lot of variability from one vendor to another as far as what those T's and C's are for terminating the contract, both in terms of notice periods, penalty charges, and just the timing and how that corresponds with benefits renewal. So that's something to keep in mind. And the other thing, which I think oftentimes small businesses will think is an advantage, but can sometimes turn into a disadvantage later, is this notion of a co-employment relationship. So with a PEO, the PEO actually becomes the employer of record for the employees. So when they get their health insurance card, it doesn't say Acme Corporation, it says whatever the name of the PEO is on it. And that's how they get access to the pricing. The other side of that is that if the business owner decides to terminate someone, they call the PEO and they're actually asking permission, not for a procedural guidance on how to do it. And the PEO will come back and say, okay, did you do progressive discipline? Have you documented it? What's the situation? And they may say no. They may say, no, you can't do that. You have to wait 60 days. You have to do, a discipline form. You have to warn them, whatever it is. Which for the business owner doesn't usually sit well when they've made a decision that they need to terminate someone for whatever reason.
Yeah, I think, and that's, the interesting thing, because a lot of the times we'll talk to PEOs and they'll say, ultimately, we're in this co-employment relationship, but anything that we really give you isn't legal advice, and we don't take responsibility for any of the outcomes that are a result of your decision to terminate or the decision to take this action with an employee, which again, from a business perspective, I totally understand. And even with us, we also protect ourselves in our contract language, but I think we are more willing to make the recommendations to the client and offer.
We're also involved in the process before it happens.
Yeah.
So we're part of that whole journey before they, the business that picks up the phone at the end of it and says, I want to fire this person, we've known about it, in the months. So there isn't the same issue. And the other side of it is that we're so tightly embedded with whoever their employment lawyer is. Like everyone's already up to speed with what needs to happen. The issue just doesn't come up as much.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the other thing too is, as much as, and I can appreciate the fact that the way that they, advertise or get their name out to small businesses is by enhancing, the benefits offerings, but then they will also acknowledge the fact that they don't control the prices from the brokers, right?
Yep.
So I usually think the entry point is affordable for your business, but the PEO doesn't necessarily have control or leverage with how the market's going in terms of premium increases and things like that.
Yeah.
So it's a good start, but I think businesses also critically need to consider, when does the PEO no longer serve us based on the business case as to why we bought them in the first place?
Yeah, that's very true. They call it kind of outgrowing the PEO. I think oftentimes it's just better business awareness of what they need, and if they do decide to go out to market for their healthcare benefits directly, they're just more informed on how to do that.
Yeah. Thanks for joining me, Jen and Coco, for our most recent coffee talk. If you want a quick summary, a quick hot take over your hot coffee, we'll be summarizing this video in our next quick sip. Thanks.